All right, welcome back, everybody. We're jumping into another one here. So I haven't done one of these in a while. This is gonna be very, very quick. It's gonna be to the point. We're just giving some intro tips for the very start of your TFT gameplay. This is for beginners and anyone that's trying to climb, get to the next tier. This is just how to get to your 2-1. And if you do enjoy content like this, please give the old thumbs up or thumbs down. Feel free to comment. If you like more videos like this, I will do more like this. But I'm just taking a stab at it here to try to give my knowledge onto people that are starting off the game for the first time. So tips for beginners, ideas, think about set 15.2's current patch run. Like I said, this is going to go very quick. So when you're picking out like the beginning of the game, like you start up and maybe you're brand new to the game, like you're like, what comps can I play? These are the suggestions I'd recommend. These are three that come off the top of my head. You have TFT Academy, you have Mobalytics, and you have Meta TFT. I think TFT Academy and Mobalytics are pretty popular. Meta TFT, I do like how they break down this. So I'm using Meta TFT as for an example here. So this here is a page where I'm going to try to highlight the things on Meta TFT. So if we look here up on this arrow here, you have silver. I set this to silver for in case you're in silver at that time. I think it defaults to diamond plus, but it's showing you in a silver lobby what the generalized team comps are in the S tier. And it's showing you the units you can play, the average placement, the pick rate, things like that. Over here, we have the average placement. That's what that arrow's for. And this arrow here is for soul fighters, just showing us an example. And these are like filters you can go through and you can be like, okay, I'm in gold. Maybe set your silver to gold, like eliminate all the other possibilities. And then look at what people are playing in your lobbies, right? It's just to help you get familiar with comps and what can kind of perform. If we look at here, this is a position example. I think these are pretty good. Most of the meta sites will have something like this. Gives you an idea of how to position your units when you get them. I really like this on Meta TFT. It's showing you like your level 4, your level 5, your level 6, and your level 7. Showing your win rate for that round potentially if you have these units online. Down here, it's showing us our carousel priority, which I think is really good too. So because we're playing an AD type comp, we're going to be looking for bows. This is probably going to be for like an IE for our Samira in the back line. This will be like a striker's flail if you get a belt and a gauntlet. That'll also be for Samira. It's showing your priority of all the things you should be grabbing, and it'll also show you a build up here. Oh yeah, there we go, right here. So under Samira at the top, we have an IE, Striker's Flail, and a Spirit Shojin, right? And then we have our tank items. So it's showing us that these are our priorities, and then we need to get these tank items online after, right? And it's showing us how to itemize these units if we so wish. Down here, I think is really cool that they show this on here. Below level 5, level 6, level 7, level 8, and level 9, where we're at right now, with this arrow, hopefully you guys can see my marker. It shows right here, I'm going to put my marker right beside it, 1.4, 2.3, 3.4, 21.8 on level 8, and then 21.4 on level 9. This is showing us the average amount of rolls it's going to take somebody to stabilize their board at that level. So when you get to level 5, you can possibly stabilize your board in like 1.4, maybe 2 rolls, right? And that might get you a 2-star Lux, probably a 2-star Xin Zhao, and that's going to help you stabilize your board, right? Like you don't want to just be running like single units the entire time. And it's also showing you a leveling guide. This one doesn't actually show it to you. But it does. Level 4, 1-2, level 5, 2-5, level 6, 3-2, level 7, 3-6, level 8, 4-2. This is a standard fast 8 guide, leveling fast 8 right here. Lots of people, though, they'll actually save up a lot of econ, they'll pre-level, and they actually will go, if you see other people in your lobby, they're kind of gearing up for a fast 8. A lot of people will level up on 8 on 4-1 to try to get those 4 costs out of the lobby before someone else does, like 1 round sooner instead of waiting for the 4-8. Ideally, a good train of thought too to keep in the back of your mind is don't level up unless, especially at like level 6, 7, and 8, try not to level up unless you're at least maintaining 30 gold in your bank. The reason for that is it makes it a lot easier to obtain your interest and get to 50 again, and then you can use your gold above 50 to keep rolling for more units that you need, because 50 is the max interest you get unless you have a specific augment. So this is just a very good page you guys can go to. I have a video I'm going to post right after this that shows me playing this. I didn't follow any of this in my video. I just kind of played on memory, but it is in the silver game. So this is my opener from the game that's coming up right after this video. So this is 1-4. I'm picking up units because I don't know what I'm playing yet. So I have like a little Star Guardian push here. We got Rel, we got 2 Syndras. Over here, I picked up a couple mechs, and then I was lucky enough to get 3 Soul Fighters out on 1-4. And I picked up Yasuo. He was given to me for free, and he's his trade is that he's a mentor, right? So if we do get him in on 4-1, we're gonna give all of our teams some stats based on him. So I'm kind of holding things that make sense. On 2-1, we're gonna scout our augments, we're gonna see what everyone else is playing, and then I'm gonna kind of try to commit to one of these lines. I might even sell all this and move into a different line, depending on what I look at other people playing, right? But keep in mind, this is on 1-4. The whole game really starts from 2-1 on. On 2-1, you should have an idea of what you're doing. Are you re-rolling? Are you going to go fast 8? What your starting units are, what everyone else is playing. Everything kind of revolves around 2-1 as your primary decision of where you're going to go with the game. And it can definitely change the outlook. So 2-1 scouting and augments. Things I like to think about that I don't think a lot of people thought of. And I see this in Silver, and that's why I decided to make this video, is I've seen people making those mistakes as I was playing on my new account that I'm going to be doing only serious games on. Is what portal are we on, right? So if you're on something that's giving you loot subscriptions, scuttle puddle, things like that, you're getting a lot of resources you normally wouldn't have exposed to you. So that, like, now you can think, okay, I might be getting more gold. I'm going to be getting possibly items. I might get a spatula. Like, these kind of things you have to think of. You're like, okay, this could give me into a reroll. This is not a reroll comp. On those ones, you can get into a fast 8. You can get into a vertical. Like, there's a chance I might get a spatula on scuttle puddle or loot subscription. So, you know, if I'm playing Soul Fighters, I might just want to hold on to the, you know, this comp, have a good start for it. If you're on something like gold augments, like, you know, you're more exposed to things that are like emblems. You get a lot more ability to play crew type comps. You get specific comps like these, transfer students, that kind of stuff. So you think if you're on like a gold subscription for augments or whatever, sorry, didn't articulate that well. You're open to like more reroll type comps, more verticals. Things that, like, you know, patient study as well can get you to that fast 8 comp. Like, look at what your starting comp is. I know they have like the new one. It's like a volley, like it's like a beach ball that you kind of toss around. Like, don't pay no mind the stuff like that, but pay attention to your big thing is like your portal. What are we playing on? And the next one is your items. If you're starting off with all AP items and you're like, I'm gonna hard force like an AD line, like edgelords, you might have a very bad time. Like, you want to think, okay, I'm starting off with a bow and a say like a bow and a rod, right? And you immediately build a rage blade. Well, now you're definitely narrowing down your comp to something like duelists or ash, things that can really benefit from a rage blade. Jin, I know, can use one as well, but you're narrowing down your options. So you want to look at your items and be like, okay, what kind of things can I build from this? What's my portal? And what are the units showing me in my shop right now? And then just try to make your mind around that while scouting and look at what other people are playing. Can my augment and items complement the portal? We just kind of briefly talked about that. And what are other players playing? So I threw these out as ideas, right? So if you're scouting on T1 and you see somebody have transfer students and you have like a couple, you know, Star Guardians, or not Star Guardians, Battle Academia, and you're like, oh, I might go Battle Academia. And you see somebody with transfer students, and then while you're scouting, you see another person that's playing Battle Academia as an opener, I would maybe be like, okay, I don't want to play this because we have one person that's going to be hard forcing it, so maybe contesting their units. We have another person that's unknown, but they look like they have a good start for it as well. They have like a 2-star Ezreal or something like that, and like a Garen, and like, you know, they already got 2 Katarinas that were dropped randomly. So you're like, okay, both these players are probably going to do something around Battle Academia. Maybe I take a step back, reevaluate what I'm doing, and maybe look at a different comp that's less contested, right? And then Soul Fighter Crest, like, you know, if someone has an emblem, they're for sure forcing that comp. They're not going to pivot out and take a Soul Fighter Crest and then like turn it into edgelords. Like, sometimes if they get like a reroll and they're really contested, they might reroll their emblem and get something different. I've seen that happen. And then things like this, patient study. If you see something like this or anything that's giving you a lot of gold right out the gate, these can kind of like indicate that this player is probably going to go for, especially something like patient study that's giving you a lot of levels. You know, they're probably going to go for a fast 8 or a fast 9 comp. So you know, like, okay, the metas right now, like, you got Volibear, you got Prodigy, Yuumi, things like that. You're like, okay, this player's going to be probably playing around one of those. What can I get around? You know, like, if they're going to go for this fast 8 meta, maybe I should try to, like, you know, pick my comp now, stabilize it, and try to keep up for top 4, right? So these are things to think about. I don't think we did any further than this, right? Now, this is the end of the presentation. So this is very quick, like I said. It's to get you to your 2-1, give you some indication of where you're going with the game, and hopefully get you into a top 4 position, especially if you're playing the less contested. I do have a video that's coming out right after this where I played Soul Fighter. I did the same thing on 2-1. We did this. This was my board. I'm like, what am I playing? I looked around. I saw no one was in Soul Fighter. I didn't have the best start for it. I had an alright one, but I'm like, this is available to me. No one's really playing these units. It can probably get me a top 4. Even though it's not an S tier, I think Soul Fighter's like low A, maybe even a B tier right now. Like, it's not a very good comp right now. It had potential, but it's not showing up. But it was not contested. I knew nobody was really going to be playing these units. So I have a chance to streak early, stabilize my comp, and then try to get to that top 4. In this game, I just happened to go first because I pretty much had this game given to me for free. But anyways, if you guys like this content, give the thumbs up, thumbs down. If you want more tips and tricks like this, I might do another one for when I get into gold. Like, I'm like 1 game away from gold, and then plat. Like, it's gonna be on my only serious games, so the video is gonna be a little bit cleaner than the fun stuff I normally play on my other account. But if you enjoyed this, please subscribe, give a thumbs up, drop a comment. I'd like to hear from you guys if you want me to do more videos like this with more tips and tricks. I try to do these in an actual game and be like, hey, here's what I'm thinking and articulating, but it's hard to really narrow it down and give tips for each stage while you're trying to also pay attention to your own game at the same time. So anyways, I'll see you guys on the next one. Hopefully you have fun out there. Hopefully these help you out, and we'll see you there. Peace.